Hello everybody, hope you're doing marvelously well. As ever, please subscribe, hit that notification bell, and you'll be notified when we do a new video. Okay, I feel like a big kid in a candy store. Recently I did those blue headphones reviews, and they were fantastic, and they're some of the most expensive headphones I've ever had. They were like $400. And then of course, before that, I got to try the DT1990s, which are amazing players. Now, this is really special because this lovely company called Focal, I believe that is the proper pronunciation, Focal, make some really, really beautiful headphones called the Pro Clear Professional. That's Focal Pro Clear Professional. I saw them at the first time at Vintage King, the rather wonderful Vintage King. And I have heard from many, many people that these are like the bee's knees, as we like to say in England, in the UK. So what is amazing about that? Well, they sent us a pair to, number one, try, just to see how beautiful they are. And I'm going to compare them against a couple of different pairs we have here. No disrespect to some of these cheaper headphones, but let's compare them. And the best thing about it is not only did they send it to us to try, they're letting us give them away. These headphones, I was just looking here. Let's have a check out. One place is selling them for $1,699. Another place is selling them for $1,529. They're basically anywhere from like $1,500 up. These are not cheap headphones. These are super hi-fi. Hi-fi is the wrong word. Audiophile, don't like any of those words. These are just really, really accurate sounding headphones that are designed for, for mixing on and super high end. So this is amazing. I don't get to do this. I don't get to use headphones like this. So this is going to be very exciting for me. We'll listen to some of the really modern stuff and some of the stuff like Queen that I grew up listening to, some Pink Floyd. You're just going to have to take my word for it. But the best thing about this is they're giving them to us for free to give away to you. So there's going to be a link down here where you can win these beautiful headphones. Well, at least I hear they're beautiful from everybody I know. Let's open them up. This is Christmas times 10 for me. Eric's coming round to help me get this out.
All right.
So can you hold the bottom?
Yep, holding the bottom.
Oh, wow. Look at this. It's padded on the inside here so that the headphones don't move inside of the box. Wow. Da, da, da. Look at that. So clear, professional. Wow. So they're made in France. It says Fabrique en France, or France, I suppose. It says aluminium, written in English, aluminium, not aluminum, but aluminium magnesium. Beautiful. Okay, so it's a cable that's actually split into two monos as opposed to a stereo, which is nice. Okay, so left and right. Beautiful, clicks in. Very nice indeed. Gorgeous. Love everything about it. Oh, look at that. So look, spare cables. So spare cable with the bungee cord kind of idea, the curly cable. You know I'm a self-indulgent Queen fan. I talk about it all the time. My favorite band by far. So I'm going to start off with a little Bohemian Rhapsody. Now, obviously, you're just going to have to go on my reaction. One thing that's important to know is like what we're doing with these different headphones that we're going to compare it against is we're taking the output of this laptop playing, and it's just Spotify. You can have your opinions on Spotify, but I just need I need to have something that's a constant. So it's Spotify going into my SSL. So it's going through the SSL headphone amp, and that's split into all these different headphones. So all the different headphones have the same volume coming out. So there'll also be, we can talk about volumes and stuff as well. All right, here goes. Let's have a listen. I'm quite teary-eyed. It's like I'm hearing it again. It's like I'm hearing it again when I was a kid. at the beginning of the track, you go, is this the real life? And you hear this really, really low rumble. Like, and that sounds wrong because that sounds negative. It's like I can hear the tape. I can hear the tape. And then I go, mama, and I just hear like a little bit of his voice that I don't think I've ever heard before, but it's not like a digital pop. I mean, it's absolutely phenomenal. All right, I'm going to go to the ultrasounds because, you know, I know ultrasounds really, really well. And look, everybody's going to say, and I understand that these are a fraction of the cost. I think retail are a couple of $100s. However, I know them really well. So I don't have that low end kind of like where I can hear the tape. Okay, going back to the focals. Okay, so, I mean, it's like chalk and cheese. The thing about the ultrasounds that I always liked was they're bright without being excessively bright, but they're definitely bright. So they're really good for me for editing. These headphones and these kind of quality of headphones make me feel like I'm sitting in the middle of the music because I've got so much depth going on. I've got, you know what I mean? I'm sort of surrounded by the music. Everything sounds more natural. Does that make any sense? Are there other people watching, other people that experience high quality headphones, that, you know, super high quality headphones that will understand what I'm talking about? It makes me feel like I can see and hear, more front to back. It's like what I like about really good high quality monitors. And it's one of the things with the Unities, with the way that their ribbon tweeters work, is that they seem to have a lot of depth. And I really like that. And the newer Genelecs have the same thing. They seem to add more depth to the music, meaning it's not like pushing all the highs and the high mids so far forward that that's just all you hear, the immediacy. That's nice with the ultrasounds. They have this immediacy. However, these just feel so much more balanced. And to be honest, this is how I would choose to listen to music. I would listen to music with these. And I wasn't joking. I don't know if you could see me. I was getting a little teary-eyed. It felt like I was listening to Bohemian Rhapsody again for the first time. And those of you that follow me will know that was the first rock and roll song I ever heard. And my father bought me that I was 8 years old and bought me the album for Christmas. And he was a classical buff. And I say was, you know why, those of you who follow me. And he was a huge classical fan and knew more about composers and conductors than anything else. And he said to me, here's Night at the Opera by Queen. This is worthy. And it's why I do rock and roll. So, just so good. All right, so unbelievable. I'm going to move really quickly now because I know this is very boring watching me listen to music. But I'm going to go to the fray. For obvious reasons, I recorded this band. So I'm going to go and listen to music that I recorded. You Found Me, their second biggest song, is one I'm very, very, very happy with. Oh, you know what? Michael Brown mixed that. Yeah, so listen to You Found Me. It's a song I know infinitely well. That piano. It's a Mason and Hamlin. It's like, I found, you hear the F like so well. I parallel compressed all of Isaac's vocals I went through BAE 1073, split into 2 parallel compression chains. So on a lot of his softer stuff, you hear like these little inflections. They're all there. I mean, it reminds me of recording the record. It reminds me of being in that room. Listen to it again from the top. Sorry, this is so boring watching me listen. Immediately much brighter. So immediately, now that I've heard it bounced and flat how I remember it, I put these on my ears, make me feel like I need to de-S the vocal. I found God on the corner of first, and the S is like ripping my head off. So, and look, don't get me wrong, I recommend these kind of headphones. The ultrasounds are really good for editing, for the high end. When I'm doing final mixes, I'll listen to it for any pops and clicks. But if I'm trying to mix a song and get some depth going and know where to place things, these are the headphones I'm going to use. This is just remarkable. Yes, so this is the first time I've ever got to, have a pair of headphones this expensive and use it. And there's a reason why. I really enjoy a lot of different things we've got. I love the Bayers, the DT 1990s. The Blue are making incredible headphones for the price. But like anything in life, you know, if you can afford to go for something this amazing, there's a reason why. And I can see this for really, really mixing with super detail, doing automation, hearing everything evenly. The fact that the vocal, Freddie's voice on these sounds full, I can hear everything evenly, but it sounds like exactly how I wanted to sit in the mix. And you got to remember, this is Roy Thomas Baker. This is a guy spending like, I think it was 9 months making an album. And that song, Bohemian Rhapsody, is one of the most successful songs of all time for a reason. It's a freaking masterpiece. And so listening to that. And then, of course, I'm listening to You Found Me, which, you know, I recorded, but I'm hardly going to say it's anywhere near Bohemian Rhapsody. But I listened to that because I know it, and I was in the room for 9 months myself making that second album, so I know it intimately well. It's like listening to Isaac singing in the room, sitting at piano, or listening to a sort of hyped, bright mix. And I was also with Michael Brow when he mixed it, so I have a pretty darn good idea how it sounds. So these are very true sounding. They're very expensive, but they're very wonderful, and you can win these. Thank you, Focal. Thank you for making beautiful headphones, and thank you for letting us give these away. And don't forget, this isn't just about having headphones that sound really good. It's about having headphones that have a ton of depth, a ton of perception, left to right. The thing with the ultrasounds is like they sound hard left and hard right, but there doesn't seem to be anything in between. I've got middle, left, and right. With these, I've got middle, left, and right, and 80%, 70%, whatever. It feels like, you know, is this the real life? Feels like it's blurred around the left and right. I feel it coming into a little bit. It's not so separated that it sounds completely, you know, because it was mixed through an old console, and there was always like a little bit of movement. And with the high end being very, you know, high mids being very directional, if headphones are overly bright, everything comes forward, everything goes super left and super right. So I'm going to hit Despacito because it's the biggest song in the world, apparently. So I hear. I'm joking. I know it's the biggest song in the world. And I'm going to listen to the remix with Justin Bieber. I just want to listen to something super modern, just for a little balance. Oh, wow. Wow. That's more pleasurable than I've ever heard it before. I'm used to hearing it like super bright and like just total high mids. Let's go for the ultrasounds. Yeah, it's immediately, so when you have something to compare it against, when you've got something so much more even sounding and so much more natural sounding, whatever the word you want to use, I'm going to have lots of people arguing about natural, but you can tell this is an exceptionally well mixed song. It's the biggest hit of the last blah-de-blah decades, the most streamed song of all time. There's really high streamed songs which don't necessarily sound good, but this is a really good sounding track. And you know, like it or not. And one of the things I like is that, like that 12 string, if it's a 12 string or whatever that guitar is at the beginning, you hear when he's vibratoing, you hear the wood, like underneath his fingers catching the wood. You hear it in this, you feel it in this, you really hear it. And it's beautiful. It adds another dimension to the mix. Great work, wonderful headphones. I know they're freaking expensive, but they're very, very beautiful. So, enter to win. Go down the bottom here. There's going to be probably something up here to win it, something down there to win it. Absolutely wonderful. I'm very excited for whoever wins it. I want to hear all about it when you win them. Have a marvelous time recording and mixing. And of course, you can hit the blog as well, and there'll be a review with some technical details and stuff like that in it as well. Have a marvelous time recording and mixing, and I'll see you all again very soon.
So can I have these? I think I overheard you talking about the vocals, how there's like all that low end.
Yeah, there's so much like body to them.
Yeah,
you can actually hear it's not just all the super hyped.
I never heard that before, right?
No.
And at least in this song, like it comes out.
Metallica!
There's like so much more room that I did not hear before.
Well, what I like is like, how old are you?
24.
How old are you, Christian?
I'm 21.
21. So we've got some nice young ears here with some extended high end.
It's like brand new.
This is like hearing the song again for the first time, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what it was like.
And what was the song you chose? Ali and AJ?
Yeah, it was their new EP, which is like fantastic. Take Me is the single off of it. It's incredible.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that you like pop.
I just heard like a double guitar that I did not hear before.
Yeah, I was finding things in the mix too
that you've never heard before.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
And you were saying all like the extra synths that you put in?
There was stuff that I wasn't hearing, like the hi-hats, and there was like another layer under it I didn't hear before.
That's so
all
crazy.
this stuff was like jumping out.
Fantastic.
That's awesome.